morning. Call the meeting to order, Wednesday, June 11, 2025 at 5:33 p.m. Oromocto Municipal Building. I'll call for a mover for approval of the agenda. Deputy Mayor Mawini, seconder, Councilor Von Victor. Questions? All in favor? Contrary? Motion carried. There's no presentation of the delegation. We're moving right down to administration. We'll start with 4A, the summer meeting dates for council, and town clerk acting CEO here tonight.
Thanks, your worship. So just as what we've done in the past, we've always went to our summer hours for council, and I'm just looking for some direction to council so that I can advertise it if it's your desire to only have one CIC meeting in July and August. So we would forego two CIC meetings that Wednesday prior, dates being the 15th of July and the 19th of August. And I'm just looking for direction from council, your worship.
So, Deputy Mayor.
Thank you, worship. My question is, typically we would do a Wednesday and then the following Tuesday, Thursday. Does it matter whether or not we preserve the Wednesday and do the Wednesday and the following Thursday, or does it have to be the Tuesday, Thursday the same week?
The reason why we've done it typically the Tuesday, Thursday is just getting reports in. That's all, like your staff reports are always on that second one. So it would push it back a little bit for staff, but you know, we can accommodate council if you prefer to have it on the Wednesday, Thursday.
And the only reason why I'm asking is because I know that one of my colleagues here is not able to on any Tuesdays. So it would just allow them to participate. But I'm
Whatever
indifferent.
council's desire is.
Councilor Von Victor.
I'm obviously in favor of going to two meetings instead of three, but I guess it depends on what's the agenda look like coming up. Can we afford to go to just two meetings?
We know what the agenda is pretty much for
I
July
guess the other
so
thing is
far.
if you do them both, the advantage of doing them both the same week, that it frees up 3 other weeks for everybody else.
That's right.
Understood.
Councilor Dot.
And although I can appreciate the concerns, I like the 2 meetings in one. That frees up in 1 week, that frees up that other week when you to do something. Doesn't cut back on all the other stuff that I'm sure we all do, but that frees up a little bit of time.
Councilor Kirkbride.
Thank you, your worship. I'm the person who does affect, I cover lawn detailing on Tuesdays, I'm involved in something called in our community. And so I would prefer any other night, like even if it was that Monday, Thursday, 1 week, or Wednesday, Thursday, that same week. I could certainly be in attendance, but Tuesdays, some months might not.
Right. Okay. So council, what do you think? So you can't do the Tuesday. So if we did the Monday, Wednesday, or do you want to do Wednesday, Thursday?
I don't know if Wednesday, Thursday is enough time for staff to get.
Well, that's-
ready 1
that's-
day later.
that's-
I understand.
Monday, Wednesday.
Monday, Thursday.
That's fine.
So
It's up to you.
so are we happy with Monday, Wednesday, or Monday,
Sure.
Thursday?
Monday, Thursday.
Monday, Thursday.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Monday, Thursday?
That'd be great.
So that would be then, we're looking at that was Tuesday, the 14th of July. We'll send out a notice in the 18th of August.
Monday, Thursday, and the same with August, right?
Yeah.
Same.
Monday, Thursday, and
So
Thursday.
so technically the third week, Monday to Thursday. Yeah.
Yes, the same week.
Third week, Monday.
Thank you. That was,
If you folks are okay with that.
I just like them both in the same
I
day.
agree, I'm certainly not disputing that.
No, no. as
Yeah,
long as
I'd like
it's-
to have them on.
and it's not a holiday week, so,
Oh,
That's true, yeah.
because sometimes
Yeah,
Mondays are
yeah.
difficult.
And the same with August, August is on the same holiday, so
Yeah.
August would be 18th, 21st.
18, 23.
12 and the.
And it's-
September will take us back to 10, 16, 18.
or-
September. will take us
Yes,
back-
we'll go
Yes.
back to our regular schedule in
Yeah,
September.
and that's normally what we always did.
And
No, I'm just, I don't remember September's dates, it's okay, so it's 10, 16.
10, 16, yeah.
Don't
That's
say
the
that.
second.
I have
Yeah,
some
so
idea, but yeah.
10th, 16th, and
Yeah, also.
Thank you, Your Worship.
Okay,
Thank you.
and I guess we'll,
Agreed.
okay. I like that. All right, we'll move on to 4B, recognition program format change with Recreation Tourism Superintendent Jackie Dunn. Yeah, I thought I'd just give her
A new promotion.
Thank you, Your Worship. As you have read, just proposing a new format for our annual recognition program that we've done in the past. Just a little background, I know this has been going since 1980 something, at a time when there wasn't any other way to recognize all of the athletes or volunteers in the area, so that was created. I know it's around there because I still have a letter from my dad received from the town, and he got it, so I just found it in the office there, so it's been going for a while. But there are some disadvantages to our current format. And one is that we only have it once a year. If the athletes, for example, win it now, they have to wait till next year to get it. A lot of the teams right now are also they're in practice, they're in games, they can't always attend, or they're coming in and they're running out. So I was just proposing to council that maybe we change our format to something where we would recognize the athletes, perhaps at the beginning of your Thursday night council session, where they could come in front of all council. It might be a little bit more meaningful if they come here and be the only spotlight, have their photos down there versus us kind of do a factory in the Hazen Center. So I just was bringing that forward to council to see your thoughts on that.
Comments, council? Council Kirkbride?
Thank you, worship. I like it. And for exactly the reasons that Jackie said in regards to the timeliness of it. This could be done with a month or two at the very latest. And it's not like it was back when we first started, where there was a full meal and all that sort of thing. And so times have changed. Plus with social media out there now, it makes a huge, it's so much easier to get it out there. And when it's still fresh in people's minds, I mean, just did it. And I mean, there was teams on there who won the summer, basically the year before. And you don't remember their accomplishments that far gone, kind of thing. So I think it's a great idea, really do.
Councilor Dow?
I think it's a wonderful idea because I've always been a supporter of getting acknowledgement of the children or our youth right away. I'm not one that believes in hanging on to something for the end of the year just because it's an end of the year.
Yeah, I totally agree too, because we're getting more and more athletes that are winning awards, and they're all night long giving them out, and you get confused of who's what and where, and so this way it's more intimate.
Yeah,
Councilor Murdoch?
I haven't said that who's ever in front of their meeting that particular Thursday or their event that just finished up. Well, Facebook and all the other things we could do, they're actually going to be highlighted, just them, at their time of year where they won. Whereas, it's kind of hard to do it all for everyone one night or do it. But this way, they're actually going to get a little bit more attention as it happens. I like it, good idea. And it's nice to have them here. They feel a little bit more official coming to us.
Definitely. So warm and fuzzy? Perfect. All right, I'll go to the second one, the waiver fees of the charity ball tournament.
Thank you, Your Worship. This is an item that we had last year around the same time. The organizers of the Bill Jared Invitational Tournament have asked in to have their fees waived associated with the tournament. Again, some of the potential obstacles with this obviously is loss of revenue to us. But again, there might be concern that we're opening the door for other groups like this to come forward asking for similar support. Last year, council opted to donate $500 towards the tournament, along with the information to apply to the 2025 grants to organization program. So I'm just looking for council's comments on what we might do for this request. Just so you're aware, there's only approximately $950 remaining in the grants to organization account. So that might be consideration. So some of the options are we can just look at refusing request in its entirety. You can also certainly waive all the fees. You can do what you did last year, which is bill being 500, or you could decide on a lower amount that council feels appropriate.
Comments, council? Councilor Murdoch?
I love the idea of supporting, especially this particular tournament, because it's near and dear to our hearts. But I think last year when we discussed this, the reason behind, because I think they asked for the waiver last year too, were they not?
That's correct.
Well, the reason behind our $500 was to keep the Pandora box to a close. Not so much that we didn't want to waive the fees and stuff, is that we were afraid that once we started this with the Bill Jarrett, then who's to say we're not gonna do it for the Mine Cars one in the next week. So I think that was our mindset. The fact that the grants is a little tight in monies and stuff, that may be, you know, then maybe the compromise would give them a discount instead of waiving all the fees, instead of that's technically not money out of the pocket. But if it comes from the grants as a physical thing from the grants, it's on the books, it's recorded, it's done like everyone else's. Because my first instinct was, oh, it's really good, but then I remember we had this conversation that was the only concern.
Councillor Dodd?
Thank you, worship. We decided to give them, $500 last year. Were they informed that they should be recommended to fill in an application
Yes, they were,
for this year, 2025?
correct.
And they didn't do it?
No, I don't think so. I don't see the applications,
And so they're not on our list, are
No,
they?
no.
They did not, your worship.
Okay, so I would say then we make, decide on the number to give them and not waive the fee. Like Councilor Murdoch said, we know that's gonna open up a Pandora's box because there are others who have come here asking for the same thing through you.
Yeah, so all would be, yeah.
Councillor Winter?
Thank you, worship. I'd say give them 500 like last year. That's good.
And maybe encourage them to do the grants the other way. in the
Remind
future, because they,
them, yeah.
they'll be guaranteed that if they, you know, if they do that, then they know it's coming.
Yeah, because I think, we should stay with the 500 too, just in honor of Bill and because he was head of the recreation department when, you know, that tragedy happened to him, so, I wouldn't want to lose that. And if anyone complains about that they didn't get money for that, well, we can say, well, he was a director of recreation, so.
Yeah.
Is that warm and fuzzy, Council? Perfect. Okay,
Thank you.
Option two?
option two. Right, thanks, Jackie. We go to 4D, the 22nd May 2025 draft regular session minutes are before you. If there's any errors or omissions, please let Cynthia know right away. And on that note, I'll call for a mover for an adjournment. Councillor Dawes, seconder, Councillor Kirkbride. Questions? All in favor? Contrary? Motion carried. Okay.